Good to go? Awesome.
Dude, get out of my game!
The toss by Benkert.
Needed a third down here.
Oh my god, get out of my game! I just no-scoped it! I just no-scoped it for the win! No way!
Young flame in single mode.
So what's up? It's Benkert, and I'm just going to walk you through the story of how I got to where I am. So my first time ever touching a football field was, I was 4 years old, and I actually needed a waiver to be signed because I wasn't 5 yet. That was the age of when you were able to play. And I started with the Overly Orangemen. My first number ever was number 7, so it's pretty cool that it's come full circle with the Packers, and now I'm number 7. Bounced around till 6th grade, and I played for the Fort Myers Firecats. 6th grade was the first time also that I ever broke the internet. I have a video on YouTube that I posted way back when. We weren't a great team then, but on the last play of the game, on the last game of the year, we ended up throwing it ended up being an 87-yard touchdown to my guy Robert Brown, who I ended up playing against in high school, but threw an 87-yard touchdown last play of the game to knock this team out from going to the playoffs. And so they had just had what they thought was the game-winning touchdown, and they doused their coach in Gatorade. They were going to the playoffs. It was the Lehigh Raiders, and we had one more play left, and we made it happen. Junior year, I played for the Cape Coral Seahawks, went to Cape Coral High School, and I broke a bunch of records. It was my first time playing on varsity, threw the ball around a lot, went to the second round of the playoffs, and we had a pretty good team. Head coach got fired, and I made another transfer, went to Island Coast High School, and this is where I started to get recruited a little more heavy. I got my first offers, and I had 5 or 6 offers, but it kind of came down to East Carolina University, USF, and UCF. Those were the ones that really wanted me.
My first interaction with Kurt is when he came to Island Coast High School. He came into the weight room ready to work, but he was a shell of what he became. Kurt was a very intelligent player. He worked hard, he had drive, and he was just a natural leader. Not only was he a leader vocally, he was also a leader with just his work ethic. He was a kid that would come in the weight room and do everything he wanted to do and needed to do to get better, and he always pushed himself to get better. The play I most remember Kurt by is very, very simple for me. Mariner week, we decided to put a quarterback trap in. Kurt was not the fastest quarterback that I've ever seen. He got faster as he got stronger, but we put a quarterback trap in, and we said, if you break this for over 40 yards, I was upstairs in the press box, I'm going to come down and meet you, and we're going to do a chest bump. So we put the quarterback trap in. He busts one for 60 yards, hauling down the field. I started climbing down that ladder. I knew it was going to happen, that quarterback trap. Woof! Still one of my favorite plays to this day, after coaching over 20 years. Going into college as a quarterback is not easy. There are a limited amount of teams for the number of quarterbacks that are in the nation. So it's not something that everybody just walks in and becomes successful with. I knew Kurt had the work ethic, and I knew he had the intelligence to succeed.
Went to ECU, graduated early in December. I graduated, was a January enrollee at East Carolina, and just started kind of spring ball there. Was a backup there for my redshirt freshman year and my redshirt sophomore year. So a lot of time behind the scenes trying to get better, improve, becoming a better athlete, gaining weight, being faster, stronger, being a better thrower, all that stuff. So we had some good teams, went to some bowl games, and then going into my redshirt sophomore year, I had a 3-way quarterback competition, and I won the job. The guy behind me transferred out, and then I actually tore my ACL a week before our first game. So was on high horse, really excited getting this thing going. Was on top of the world, new starter at ECU. The guy before me owns all the records, and I was ready to kind of come in and just keep propelling the program to the next level. And it got shut down pretty quick with the ACL. After that season, the entire coaching staff got fired. Whole organization got changed around, and I graduated at the same time with a degree in finance. So I knew I had a decision to make. It was either stay at ECU and compete or leave and go somewhere else and compete. and with the direction that the program was going, I thought it was in my best interest to leave. I graduated, I went to Virginia, and I had to beat out a guy who had started for 2 years, a whole new coaching staff there as well. So it was like a kind of a long shot, dark horse type thing. But I went in and I played well, and I actually started as a junior at Virginia. So I went in, I started as a junior at Virginia. We had a really, really bad year. We weren't a great team. We broke some records offensively, some single game records, but we were so inconsistent and young. But I started to get some recognition going into my senior year. We had a little bit of a better team. And Virginia historically hadn't had a great run football-wise, so I was a part of a rebuild from the ground up.
When he got there, definitely his confidence, in himself and his abilities. That's something that, our program was trying to find. Just our confidence, find our swagger. That's something that Kurt definitely brought to the table, off rip, but he didn't carry himself in that way where he just had to brag or boast about it. He just showed it on the field. And that's something that really helped us, win games coming down the next few years when he was there.
And I knew it was going to be a tough kind of situation to go into, but it was going to be worth it. And my senior year, we ended up going 6-6. We made a bowl game for the first time in like 5 or 6 years, and had some really good games, played on a national level, competed with some top 5 teams and played really well. And ultimately that got me a good enough bid to go to the Senior Bowl, played well there, had a really nice touchdown pass there, a nice little scramble touchdown pass. Ended up going undrafted after that though, which was a shock to me and some of my people around me, my agents and stuff. But I knew it wasn't like anything new to me, like kind of being the dark horse and having to start from the bottom. So took an undrafted deal, went to Atlanta, and I spent 3 years in Atlanta. My first year was on practice squad fully, just kind of learning the ropes, not like a priority guy. Did a lot of stuff in the background just to try to keep getting better and keep learning the offense, which set me up for a good year too. If you guys have seen the Hall of Fame game from 2019, played really well in that, but unfortunately suffered an injury. I tore my turf toe ligament, had to have a full reconstruction, and it shut my season down really short. Was having a really good showing, played well, but went on IR, spent the whole year rehabbing, a lot of time in the film room, just whatever I could get better at while I was rehabbing my injury, I did. And that set me up for a good year last year. Played really well, but COVID took away an opportunity to perform in preseason. We didn't have a preseason. And was kind of stashed away on the practice squad. I got pulled up for one game just kind of as a courtesy for the work that I've done with that coaching staff, and then that coaching staff got fired. So another coaching staff fired. I got released a couple months later and then spent all off season working hard, getting ready. Didn't know what opportunity was going to come up, didn't know if it was going to be in the NFL, CFL, whatever, but just kind of kept working, and this opportunity with the Packers came up. And at first when I got the call from my agent, I thought, hey, it was going to be the Packers want to sign you, we'll fly you up, this and that, and it wasn't. It was, hey, the Packers want to bring you in for a tryout. Nothing's guaranteed. You just got to be ready, go in, show them what you can do, and if they like you, they'll sign you. There's some uncertainty there, and they need a guy in the room. So I knew what the situation was going to be. I just had to fly in, be ready to go and learn an offense quickly, throw well, just kind of show them that I can be the whole package and that I'm reliable. And on my way off the field after the workout, I was just going to shake the hands of the 2 main guys, and hopefully I was going to get signed. I didn't know, but I had a flight in about 2 hours I had to catch, and I shook the GM's hand, and he was like, hey, we're going to bring you up, we're going to sign you, they'll cancel that flight, and we're going to get rolling. So what was going to be a 2-day trip in and out ended up being 6 weeks, and before the break, and just kind of a whirlwind of emotions and excitement, and ended up in the perfect place for me. Green Bay has been so welcoming, and I'm really excited to kind of get this journey going here and see what we can do.